Hey guys, Junior from Ascend AI Solutions. In the last 24 hours, I was able to generate $12,000 worth of sales opportunities for my agency. And in these videos, I'm here to show you how you can do the same for your business or agency. In this video, I have something interesting to show you. I want to show you how AI booked 2 sales calls while I was asleep. As somebody that runs an agency based out of Australia, I have a lot of clients from overseas, such as Europe, such as the United States, the UK, and Canada. And an issue that I run into often is time zones. And so, using this AI system, I'm still able to do my job essentially and book meetings using this AI powered system. And what you're going to see really quickly is the concept of how important the concept of speed to lead is. And that's essentially why we designed this. And so, without further ado, let me go into the video and show you exactly how we did this. Okay, excellent. So how AI booked 2 sales calls while I slept. Let me quickly show you some of the evidence. So just a couple of screenshots. So this bottom message here is actually the original first message that we send via cold email. And we use AI personalization to craft a very highly personalized first line. So if you want to look at this one here, for example, this was, I believe this company was an AI powered, they do AI technology for beauty, for the beauty niche. And they create like AI powered personalization. So you can like, I think what it was doing, it was um, like if you wanted to test makeup, you could feed your face into this platform and it'll show you what the makeup looks like. So that type of technology, and it's a big industry actually. So what we did was we used AI to personalize the first messaging. So have a look at this message here. It says, "Hey," and I've sort of blurted out their names for privacy, but it said, "Hey, first name, seeing company names focus on AI powered personalization in beauty retail, especially with the hair color artist. I'm curious if connecting that level of personalized experience to the right beauty brands has been as seamless as the tech itself." So, what are your thoughts on that type of message? You can see very quickly how personalized it is. If you were to read this and you were the owner of the company, you would think straight away that this person who's messaging me has done their research, So um yeah, so that's the type of messages that we like to generate, and it's these types of messages that get us the responses. Okay, so what happened after we sent that message? The CEO replied, and he said, "Hi Cheryl, okay, I'll bite. Let's schedule a call." And pay attention. Oh, I don't have it here. Oh yeah, um, this message was at 4:43 p.m. in my time, but I believe this reply came like late, early morning. I think like early as in the morning. I might have another one. Okay, yeah, yeah. So in the second screenshot, you see like at about midnight. So I was already in bed. I'm getting too old for this late night business. Okay, so yeah. So they replied at 12 a.m. while I was asleep, and my AI Cheryl basically replied and said this: "Thanks for getting back to me, and congrats on a decade of perseverance. Maintaining operations since 2013 without flashy marketing shows remarkable resilience. I'd love to set up a time to talk about how we can help. Does this work for you? If you have a calendar, shoot it over and I'll book a Google Meet, or you can use ours if it's more convenient. And then I've put my website here, which has my booking link." So this all happened automatically, and as a result, we had a booked meeting. So they booked that meeting with me, and I met with them. And I remember waking up the next morning and seeing that the schedule had been, the event had been scheduled, and it was just kind of mind blowing to me to think that like it just all happened automatically. And then, yeah, this is the second case here. So, um, we sent another one of those really personalized messages. The person replied and said, "Hey, hi Sarah, I can connect this week and understand the value proposition. How about this date?" The AI picked up the message, and another thing that it does is it recognizes the difference between an interested reply and a not interested reply. So I've set it up in a way that it only responds to interested replies. This reply came at 2:36 a.m. while I was asleep. There's no way I'll be replying to them, right? Well, I would reply to them eventually, but there's no way that I would reply to them straight away, right? But my AI did that for me, and it replied within 2 minutes. And it said, "Thanks for getting back to me, and congrats on building a comprehensive industrial automation business. Bridging the technical expertise gap between machines and humans is remarkably valuable." So what it's doing here again is it's sending another personalized reply. So it's just really it's really really powerful. The human psychology is that people love to talk about themselves. So the more that you can, comment on their achievements, commend them for it, the higher likely chance of engagement, right? I'd love to set up a time to talk with you and how we can help. Does this week work for you? And then once again, it shoots over my calendar. And as a result, a meeting was scheduled without me even having to touch it. And so this is the this is the technology that we're dealing with today, and it's only going to get more and more advanced. I remember I had a couple of friends that make a lot of money, or are still making money, doing appointment setting. And appointment setting is literally this: when people reply with interest, you set appointments for them. This AI system is the first that I can see that could potentially replace that type of job. Last thing I want to just quickly, second thing before I show you the actual system, is I just want to talk about why speed to lead matters. So the whole reason why I made this system was because of this concept: speed to lead. So if you can respond pretty quickly, there's a 78% chance it's the first responder advantage. So responding straight away increases your chances by 78% in closing. And then if you after the first 5 minutes, like the qualification drops off by 10 times. So so that's literally the difference between a closed client and a not closed client can be as simple as 5 minutes. So that's how important this stuff is, And I just want you to know. So the average response time in the market is 42 hours. So the average industry response time is like literally like a day and a half, or 2 days. So yeah, so you don't have to do too much to beat your competitors. Does that make sense? So just by like increasing your response time, the only thing different you're doing is just increasing your response time. You're already going to beat out your competitors. And so my AI system aims to reply within 2 minutes. And I just find that it's so powerful. Within that 2 minutes, they're engaged, they're still top of mind, they're very likely to convert. So let me quickly show you what the system looks like. And so I've tweaked it a little bit, and this is essentially it and how it looks. But it looks complicated, but all it does is pretty simple. So let me talk you through it. And I've designed this in a way that it responds only to positive leads. I don't let it reply to negative leads at the moment. I did have it set up in that way, but I was finding that I'll just leave the negative leads for me to reply to. You don't need to reply to a negative lead quickly, if that makes sense. Although there can be argument for turning negative leads into positive leads, but I want to keep things simple. And so if this particular system is only replying to positive leads, because if someone's positive, you want to get them on a call as soon as possible. That speed to lead concept. So that's exactly what this is. Okay, so it connects to my Instantly account. And if you don't know what Instantly is, it's simply a cold email platform, which looks like this. It's got to verify that I'm a human. This is Instantly, and this is where I house all my inboxes, and this is where I reply and send messages from instantly.ai. Not affiliated, but essentially what I do is I watch leads, and it will watch for only the interested replies. So if somebody replies that and they're interested, it looks for this tag here, and once it finds that tag, it will then run through the system. So then what it does is it will then search for that particular lead using their email. Then I've set up a Google Sheet that saves any interested replies. The reason why I have this is because we want a place to store all the interested replies so that we don't reply to them twice. So what this does is it will store their first response, and then it will reply and run through the system. If they reply again, it will check again if they've replied. If they've already replied, then it won't reply. So I've set it up so that this system only will reply on the first will just reply once, and then after that I will come in if there's more conversation that needs to take place, because sometimes people just need more information or need more nurturing, and so that's essentially it. Okay, so once it checks for duplicates and it's found that it doesn't, we haven't replied to this lead before, it then will retrieve the lead info. When we do this step, it's about connecting the APIs in the Instantly documents. Then once we've retrieved the lead info and the message that they've sent, we run it through this engagement using AI, using Claude. And what this essentially does is it will look at the, it says it will look at the reply and categorize the reply into these categories. So it can either be lead wants to be removed, lead shows interest, lead requests details, lead doesn't see the value, lead says they're already using competitor, or lead asks for price. So what I've done is I've set up a filter that only does lead asks for price, which is here, lead request details, and a lead, you can't really see that, but I think it says, yeah, lead shows interest. So like I said, I'm only doing the positive replies at the moment. I just think that's all that you need. Like at the moment, you don't really need to get too crazy with the negative replies. Although I hear some people getting results. For me, this is what's working. So, um, so yeah. So then, what it does is that will then categorize. So that's what it does. It categorizes the response whether it falls into one of these categories. If it does, then it adds them to that sheet, like we said. So the sheet that we're checking against. And then it goes down one of three different paths. So let me explain each one. So if the lead asks for a price, what we do, you saw how in this message, like when I replied, it did this pretty cool like automation in the reply where it personalized the message. Or how it's doing that is we make a call to Exa.ai. If you don't know what Exa is a really cool, powerful search platform that allows you to use its API to do web search on a company. So so they're really good too. So what it will do, it will research their company and it will find their latest achievement, I believe, or actually it will just find some company information, and then we use AI to create a latest achievements prompt, and then we craft a dream email. Once we've crafted the dream email, we then convert it to JSON, and then we send we transform it to JSON. That's all it is, taking that message. Then we do a sleep module, which sleeps for 2 minutes, because you want to make it feel realistic. You don't want to make it reply straight away, so you want to sleep for 2 minutes. After that, it replies to the lead. And that's essentially it. The other two are basically the same sort of thing. So the lead shows interest. We do a Exa search. We then get the latest achievements. We create a dream email, convert it, sleep, reply. So that's if they show interest. And this dream email is basically trying to book them for a call. And that's essentially what that is. And then sometimes a lead just requests more details. And so I've prompted this in a way that takes in the body of the information, and then it always offers to jump on a call and ask them to send over their calendar. So I've prompted it in a way that it doesn't just just book a call kind of thing. It also chats through their concern or whatever it is that they're asking, and then it replies, and then just gives that little sort of soft call to action to a meeting, and that's essentially it. It then sleeps, and then it replies to the lead. So this is the system that I use to reply to leads on autopilot. I actually set it to run between particular hours, so from 10 p.m. Australian time, Sydney time, and from 10 p.m. at night to 6 a.m. every morning, this runs. And then outside of that time, I turn it off basically, and I run it myself. Um, but yeah, I hope you found this video useful. This is the type of thing that we can do for your business. We can set this type of system up for you so that you have automatic replies that aren't just automatic. They're highly personalized, they give value, and they respond within a speedy time frame to ensure that you're converting every interested lead that comes along. If you want to know how you can get more appointments booked in your calendar, look at the link in the description. But I hope you found some value here, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.